good? Um, Mike. We good? I'm gonna get my ears some echo. Hold up. Woo! I think that's good enough. That's good enough. Let's go. I at least want to finish this before it. I don't think it's gonna go off of Game Pass, but I at least want to finish it before. I really want to play Deadfire, so I'm not gonna rush anything. But go to the Hall of Mysteries and Copper Lane. That's good. What's this? So I've taken into consideration that I just cannot read, right? And that might affect how I play like indie games or small titles from coming on out because I don't know. I just can't read, and I just maybe I should just practice playing games like these, but that's what I'm doing with here. But it's like, sometimes I just get tired of it. I just want to chill out and just enjoy a good story. I mean, I'm not saying the story is bad. I'm just saying, I just feel like reading sometimes. I'm not forcing myself to read. That's why sometimes I just do not read. Hello. Just another take a step back. Got a bird. So where do we need to go? Hall of Mysteries in Copperland. Alright. Did we explore everything here? I'm trying to like get every quest. Done. I'll get as many quests as I can, but I know how to do to the best of my ability. I mean, I don't know how to do it, but it's like I just don't know where to go to finish it. So I've been here, right?
Good day, stranger.
Alright. Retrieve public research. I'm surprised that there are animaxes here. I'm like just chilling. I'm surprised they're just chilling. Given how much this world like hates animaxes. A well-maintained statue in the middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinked over the bustle of the harried academics, pressured by the hopeful disparate. A strong warmth emanates from it that you can sense across the room. There is a human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention towards you. There has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that you have brought to my sanctuary? Sanctuary. How do you fuck say it? Yeah, how'd you get like this before you get down to business? 'Cause I didn't know we was coming here for this. In the statue, you mean? Well, I was old and it seemed wrong to me. A lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely. All that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it will be in spite of the condition of that I am quite sure. To live as part of something I helped build seemed to the transfer itself was quite simple as techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept with a not. Do you know anything about awakenings? This is for give me a second. There's an animator in the lower floor who came all this way from living to study them. Take that downstairs and look for the Belisage. What about this? You may have a member of the leading key here and you missed. Yeah, let's knock out two birds with one stone, I guess. I could have done without hearing that today. Many of the intrusions has been into our affairs, of course. One can take seldom be certain whether they're meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own. But a few of their less skilled infiltrators has been exposed from time to time. They're my perpetual nuisance. Once again, I remember how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use of verifying one's identity. You're at odds with the leading key as well, I take it. Yeah, I'm curious of what they're doing. They're always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. Do we have some idea who this person might be? Yeah, I won't know until I met him. Very well, in case I would recommend you speak to them first, to our resident animators. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up. You report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is only a request. I'm looking for an animator named Modred. Modred, of course. You'll find him downstairs. First room to the right. Turn this down.
Hail and well met.
What is it you do here? Survivors dealing with complications from the exposure. This fella here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I'm early in my research, only beginning to well understand how they work, but in time I hope to find out a way to protect my people from the storm's effects.
Good day, stranger. Good day, stranger.
You know anything about awakening? I'm afraid it's not my area of expertise.
Hello. Good day, stranger.
Why is it so quick to like exit? I mean, damn. Tempted to just grab every book and say, "Here's your research." I ain't gonna do that. It's this place so freaky. And it said first room to the right, so I'm gonna here. What's up, bro?
Good day to you.
Does it mean healing mean anything to you? He is a colleague of mine. He was primarily a necromancer, but he was involved in animancy too. He worked at the sanctorium for several years. I dare say everyone here has heard of him. He left post recently. I believe he was seeking a new opportunities in the Valiant Republics. Oof. The advances they're making to animacy really are quite remarkable. Surely, if you heard, perhaps you haven't. I don't know which one I should ask. Let's ask this one. No idea. Oh, he don't touch grass. I see. Me neither. Alright, about Helig. I've heard differently. Just what are you insinuating? If this is your idea of a joke, I assure you it's in the poor taste. We can go the Giga Child route and say, I insinuate nothing subtly is not my style. Yeah, true. It really isn't. It really is not my style. You know how many traps I ran through and got one tap because of it? I'm not trying to kill you. I have enough of these baseless. Wait, you spoke to Haley? Yeah, man. He's talkative for a dead man. If anyone figured out how to do that, that would be him, wouldn't it? Very well, yes, I killed him. I killed that beast because nobody else had the spine for it. He was a man made years of preserve experiments, twisting healthy souls, torturing damaged souls, and for what? He flayed the essence of a Glaphadan. Indigents for his amusement. If the public had known half the deeds they would have razed his place to the ground. He used the sanatorium to disguise his own sick proclivities. He brought shame to all of us and put an entire discipline at risk. I regret nothing. You was a hero. Only now you know the whole Grizzly story. Helix so returned to his corpse, though sinister magic he wants revenge. No, okay, no. If he's sent you, I only hope I can convince you to return and slay him once and for all. Yeah, something I need. You considered a deal with that monster. If what I've told you hasn't swayed you, I doubt anything will. I must return to my work. I wish you well. Wait.
Greetings.
You said you stole something from him. His grandma? Give the key. You said you kept this in that trunk over there. You've been misled. There's no grandma here. You've been misled. There's no grandma here. The wretched thing has been insatiable hunger for blood. Thanks for denying him. I hope I can convince you to slay him once and for all. Sure. Why not? I literally forgot why. Who sent me? I literally forgot who Helig is. So why not?
Hail, traveler.
I almost thought that said wenches for a second. Where do you study witches? I don't know how they say it. What kind of question that? Just think of all the families that could be healed, the lives that could be restored. What could be more important? And Messi is the answer here. I know it is simply a matter of working it out. Such pain, Watchhead, such determination. It's a witch anyways. A hollowborn who has received a transplanted animal soul during infancy. One of Animancy's early efforts to cure the legacy, if not a successful one. This shows signs of developmental abnormalities throughout their childhood, but when they reach adolescence, they become aggressive, feral, but still victims in need of care. Yeah, transplanting the souls of children into animal. So like a hard solution. I read that wrong, but I tried to read it my own way. We Animators are trying to do something about the crisis better than letting it swallow a generation of children. And despite our controversy, it only went so far because at first it seemed to work. People called it the salvation. Children that had never been responsive to any kind of stimuli suddenly seemed aware of their surroundings, of their families. The complications don't begin until puberty, but that's when the incompatibility can't read between body and soul take the shape of children become more violent and ravenous. I wonder if that's like what happened to my companion I picked up along the way. This man was eating intestines raw. Like a deer intestines raw. That's nasty. Cook that shit, man. Mm-hmm. But we paid dearly for our mistake. I promise you, angry moms hunted down the animals and burnt down their homes, with them still inside. Awesome as not. A grotesque manipulation, a desperate solution for a desperate problem, and the parents were heartbroken, betrayed. But it was something important to try something to bring hope, even for a little while. People took to calling it the cruise salvation, and many still loathe for us for it. But we wanted to stop the legacy as much as anyone. The public begged for our help, and we did our best we could. I still don't know if that absolves us. I see. And anything unusual happened around here. It's nothing but unusual down here. Although now I think of it, the patients seem to be more agitated lately. But the caveman Azo's responsibility is not mine.
Good day, stranger.
What about awakenings?
How do you do?
How do I do? I'm doing fine. I'm here. Here I am looking for hard answers in my research that I do not see in the kid standing in front of me. What can I do? Look for an expert on awakenings. That would be me, though the lack of research subjects has made me more an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer my intimacy success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls has already been awakened, but I need subjects, and most of the patients are too broken to produce a reliable result. It's a tragedy to have become this far for nothing. But you're in luck because we have a volunteer. Raid, who is it? I don't know about this. Come on, Alof. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in the cage. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, what? Excuse me? You Andrenians are still so uptight. I do not even know what is the thing used for. It belonged to the occupant in this office, I think. Now Now they up him to a cell. Again, I just, what? So I need you to sit there. Try to relax, but don't try too hard. And you must also wear these a little cold, but copper will help conduct your essence. Now I'll examine your soul through my scope. It is fitted with agile lenses cut to different thickness of the concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles to be angles and densities that allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. Does this mean we get to talk to Ismail? I like that lady. Hey dear, come on now. I mean, the Irish accent is kind of dope though. His mind is full of hesitation, angles upon angles. Drawing him out of his fear will be difficult. But first, we must find that cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Don't worry, I'm sure we won't hear any of it. Very well. Do you tell something personal? And there's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the quiet wood. He looks at you. His face is set to a frown, but the ridged edges of an apprehension show through nevertheless. What do you remember about your home? As you speak to Aleph, you feel a voice like a bell in your chest, and told softly lure him into the mist of his own memory. But Serge doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, entangling like it's the threads. Comfortable, modest, quiet. My mother is away, which is most of the time quiet enough to hear the clink of the glass in the wood. I am in my 5th year training mother who's home. I could let my guard down a little because she is around. Because when she is around, he is usually only angry at her. He has heard that I have trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that I have failed too. That he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I was sleeping in the kitchen, the next time I sprawled to the ground, stupid looking at flecks of my own blood on the title. His boots are glistening with the French polish thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to my shield and my vitals. But it's pointless protecting one thing, only to use something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until my vigilance of the kitchen and my own trembling before my knees. Nothing but a pinprick against a field of black. Um, shaken by the shoulders. Elf's eyes snap open, but the expression you see it isn't his. Yes, golden enough. A little daisy, that one. Let me stop. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence, something spreading like congealing. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cricket bones in his voice, higher, the warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. Belfetto, we have flares of a totally distinct essence. Now try to get the two of them talking. I don't know. Let's appeal to Aloth. Sticking weed. Oh, warming parasite. You'd say the same to your own kindred twig when it betrays you. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me make sure my audio's good real quick. Okay, good. Aloth, what's this about a seating space into? I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Maybe I should appeal to her. And I let him a pair of two. You should ask what I did that old man of him. What? Wait, hold on. Let me reread that. You should ask what I did to that old man of his. How the last time he laid hands on us, I break. Let me stop. I break the three places. That wasn't your decision, and never been your decision. I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with ye. And damn, like let it knitting drag. I can't. I still. Every time I have like a, I have like an itch to do it. Ag very good. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Isma's essence throughout the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portions of their argument, and the essence seemed to localize most clearly at the lower portion of the subject's left rib cage. That's right, around the spleen, which of course means she's triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristics of melancholy to blame. Ella blinks back at you, and in the midst of you're not quite sure who's looking out of the eyes. Out of It's utter horseshit. It does seem as though she got one thing right. Yes, never mind the years of training. I'm suppose you have a better explanation. I mean, that one time when he was in that little underground temple, um, she was like, danger, danger. She wasn't exactly like that, but he was like, I don't trust this place. Something like that. Removing his spleen, she killed him. Cure him. True, he does actually. If you really think about it, the first time I met him, he's about to get jumped by like 3 people, right? That's all that could be true. I have to check on this against the other research. On good for you, but what she does, well, what does this mean for me? I don't know. Maybe one day y'all two can come together. It seems that Isomir steps in when she determines and when you're in danger. It's not yet clear whether this is a help or a hindrance. From my position, I'd say it's pretty clearly a hindrance. Anyway, a lot of process regardless. Thank you for your help, Pillow. Hello. Well, I hope this has been useful to you than it has to me. I'm finally having the material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of the revenue in the future Aloth. I advance in the vitalized principles of animancy, just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting moment out of the corner of your eye. Visage is humming to herself, still occupied with a scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak. But when he catches you watching, he folds his finger in his lips, his eyes wide, imploring, please don't. I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not to her. Nonsense. All right, fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I only just met this lady like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. Fair enough. What was lost, man? I didn't pay it. Kidding me? Still being built. Pay those taxes, people.
I can do that.
Oh, you can't. Maybe you
That
can.
settles.
Oh. Hey. I didn't see you there. Hey.
Good day to you.
No, you startled me because I had no idea you were there. Oh, no. Maybe you weren't there and you just appeared out of nowhere. Who knows? Right. Mind if I go through? Thanks. Let's go.
Well met, friend.
Maybe is Caden Anzu running experiments on patients here? Experiments Caden Anzu is in charge of patient welfare now. He's not authorized to run the experiments. I am disappointed with Caden and hoped he'd be the one to guide you in career. He'll be in the office or in the patient wards. I'm granting you immediate access to find him, no doubt. You will speak to him further on the matter. I'm for one curious that you want to tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would ask also that you do the best to not agitate the patients. They have enough trouble as it is. Okay. Be careful. I know, be careful of. What the hell? This don't look good. I mean, try not to disturb anyone. Or maybe I have to. Oh, never mind. A curved spine twist this woman's posture forward, but her greasy hair is draped. What do you know about Azo? Oh, I like it very much. Many animators could care less about their patients. Look at us like vermin for their experiments, but Master Hunter treats us like humans. Even the sick, you can tell he does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal of myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but I know he's still affected by it. What happened to Azo? They don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be one of the brightest in Deerwood, that his reputation here treatment, but people say it was the ego that drove him to try to solve the legacy. But that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman. He loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one to speak of his work, suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it, but he told me that he's figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it in? A proxy. I think he called it, had some machine that drew energy of very ether. Can you imagine? The point is, It was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. Do you know what they call the empty little babies in the, on the? You know what they call empty little babies in Andra's gift? No, tell me. They call them boyos because so many of them are found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. Evils that magnify tragedies. This is what we must stop. True. Anyway, Master Azo has scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copper Lane. He was so excited. And the next day, he was locked in his office, turning away visitors. I heard he stopped seeing patients. I don't know what exactly happened, and I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Well, do you know where I might find him? I think I've seen him around lately. I think I've seen him around today. If you check the laboratory, it shows a wall with his office. He's spending most of his time there lately. Has any of the patients been acting unusually? Well, there's Batisaxa. He believes the murder she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Idle men who say only has half a soul, and who was found collecting the faces of others because he believed his own might be a false one. Graham, he speaks in another language no one understands, and wails at night sometimes. Different from the normal behavior. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Enzo lets us know the number of patients in the Northwood have been volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The Northwood are most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have been chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. It's grim. I see them taking most he struggles, but it's always a wild one. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separate. I don't know that I've seen the guards allow visitor. This master. Why are you here? I don't want to say you'll think less of me. What the fuck, bro? Let's just fart right here, like get it out of here. Get it on, baby. I wouldn't worry about that. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints War. My daughter, the legacy took her from before she was ever to be mine. I made do. What else can you do? I moved into a tiny place in Andra's gift. Got by mending clothes and the kindness of strangers when I had to. But I was surviving and the gods watching over me. I could live with that. And one day a nobleman comes in, wants his fancy gown fixed. I said grown. What the fuck? Gorgeous thing, this shade of blue I'd never seen before. Only I had looked at it and it reminded me of something, and I had what they call an awakening. I remember being the noble woman myself in another life. People doting over me, men doting over me, the best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you never dreamed of. They're mine. It was poison knowing that all those things I had that I'll never have in this life. It did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. It was that or breaking somebody's estate and start ordering servants around. It seemed like a silly thing to do or worry about. You don't have to tell me, but I can't get past it now. I wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what a terrible thing I must have done to deserve it. Yeah, nobody really deserves, what you went through. I hope not. I can't imagine the monster who deserves what half of the patients to go through. Alright, fair. I gotta interview Graham. Now, before we talk to him, let's not get carried away. 'Cause I know he's the main dude, right? And we got zombies in here. Patients who would go crazy for him, I think. It's not start nothing. Unnecessary. Oh, those things are fucking disgusting. Hello. I don't mind the lockpicks. Move, bitch. Hey, what's up, bitch? Oh, speak. Now, where is he? Open the door. There you go. All I know is shit is about to hit the fan. All I know is something about to hit the fan. I can feel it. I can smell it in the air. I can smell it in the air. There's about to be a fight. Oh, yo, Azo. Hey, yo. Sorry. A round-faced, balding man turns to you. His upper lip is pulled towards slightly and his pointed nose.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, damn. Uptight. Jeez. I want access to the North Ward, buddy. Yeah, I've been getting permission. Let's try the easy way. Let's try the peaceful way. You know? Lately, I've been shoving my fists down these people's throats, but let's be nice.
My answer is no. Whatever you're looking for, those patients will not be able to help you. The head warden will stand by me on this.
Well, I heard you were demoted. How did that happen? That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Adma, that smug weasel? Well, Elthamar has told me you're not supposed to be doing any experiments. Yes, well, Elthamar hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved into inanimate objects, so I failed to see why I should let that sway me. If animals all follow the command of their leaders, where would we be? We all be backward and willfully and ignorant as of the ridicule. We would know nothing about life or death, or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark, no clue as to why. I never thought I'd find myself in agreement with the statue, but Ethelmar's right about this fellow, at least. How easily ambition masquerades as prudence. I bet he's fooled himself too. You toy with things beyond your comprehension. It's dangerous and
Are
foolish.
you from Rayed Ceres? Are you Widwen himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist? Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid. These things are only beyond our comprehension because of the fears of people like you.
Right.
Who will solve Widwen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point of lying about it. Now that Althamar's involved, I asked for volunteers from our patients and a few brave souls that came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood the sacrifice means something. Look for an expert on awakenings. Is that it?
What is it now?
I can do that. I can do that.
The bridge. Don't knock at my door. Well, that was eventful. But I have gotten nothing out of that. Well, you lied, lady.
Good
He's
day
not.
to you.
He's not willing to cooperate. What difference if I take these?
Hello!
Oh.
Hello?
I don't get it. I do not get it. Oh, that's a main quest. Um, so what if I just kill Azo? Huh? That's easy enough. What if I just kill him? You know, violence is always an option. Fine. If you can't get it through peaceful means, sometimes you just gotta force your way. Force your sword on his neck. Shove the sword through his heart. The wise man once said,
What is it now? Those are private. You have no right.
that's fucked up.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Oh, because I was ready to slap you with this sword. I was ready to slap you with this sword, my boy. We're good. I was getting real close. Knock, knock. Oh. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. A willowy adolescent boy stands at the center of his cell, ducks and stooping shoulder. He stares straight ahead and occasionally blinks. In this state, the barriers between your soul you close your eyes and edge forward towards the boy's soul, and as you near, a sudden malice comes over you. You are cold and warm all at once, sweating and shivering and straining for breath. As you did on the caravan journey, the soul you approach is the wrong one. A parasitic plant that strangles its host. It's predatory and pitiless. You have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur that you retract and already you feel yourself plunging into something interminable abyss. You are standing in a cell now. Hold on. Y'all read. I should make a new rule that whenever I stop reading, just go on and read, because like I'm chilling. I'm like reading it, but like I'm like doing extra stuff too. So. When the construct is closed, you call yourself up in the string for it, passing out of the boy's body as though it was a membrane. You can sense his body behind you collapse into the floor, a puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless gust of wind. Quickly, you think of yourself quickly. You feel the strength of hemorrhaging from your soul as you dart yourself toward the makeshift abomination. You pass into the golem's shell, overtake the soul implanted within, encircling it, suppressing it, and containing it. The new vessel is strong again. You step heavy-footed down the corridor, unheeded by the other constructs of scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of a man coming at last to an office piled with books, scribbled papers, and preserved implements of animacy. You set your oversized hand on a large machine. A nest of globes and tubes enclosed in the center of the room, and you go to work, bending wires and unsettling alignments. Your surroundings are pulled past you, or perhaps you are pulled past them, and they don't dissolve into a blur. When you settle into the place again, you are outside a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacking high. Above you is a tied seats of I don't know how to pronounce that. You are acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still, but this is no play. A balding man with the rodent-like features is strapping you to a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakably those of a little girl. Actually, I'm just gonna read it. I read it faster, and it's like in my mind. He pulls a lever. The machine shivers and sparks. In a head of a swear words. Damn, bro. Just tell me who you are. That's fine. You're yanked suddenly back to reality, and once a cat is monster boy in the cell is looking at you directly, appraising and calculating. There's no mistaking it now that it is the soul of a man who has caused your awakening, that gave you the watcher. Wait, what? Oh shoot, I should have read it then. I believe we share a wait, now I want to reread. Wait a second, what? We share paths? Let me reread this stuff. What? What? I didn't get that. Ah. I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Is that so? He makes no effort to hide his disinterest, but he continues to search your eyes. He makes a slight grunting noise, and his eyes soften for an instant, and it sees a moment that he recognizes you. He opens his mouth to speak. It seems to think better after what he's saying. His jaw tightens. I know your look, you hunger for answers that elude you. It gnaws at your soul. It usurps your reason for being. You are like everyone. I will help you let go. He dodges backward with a startling grace, putting himself out of reach. On his face there is no malice, only dispassion of a farmer putting down a sick animal. So suddenly he slumps forward. Okay. Alright, boys. You know what to do. Same day, different monsters, huh? Oh boy. We need to take care of this guy real quick. You know the job. Same day, different monsters, huh? Help her. Same day, different shit, right? I mean, like... Hey. It is what it is. It is what it is. This should be fun. There's one. He's sitting back. Listen, girl, I can't keep healing you 24/7. Yeah. What did we just do? I felt like we set off a chain of events that is, this isn't. Oh boy. I think we just let something dangerous go. So what just happened? Uncover the leading key operative in the same time. He has the ability to possess those with weak souls. It was using one of the patients to influence. Oh. So that's how it is. The hell? God dang it. Everybody move.
Lava will be on seek.
He's the one attacking. Oh, boys, you know the deal.
Your mind comes bearing questions.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I wonder. No, I didn't want to do that either. There you go. Oh, what happened to the girl? Oh boy. Wait.
A simple test.
Wait, what? I made a boo-boo. I let out something. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Let's go get him. Who's the head warden anyways? Oh boy. Head warden. What in blazes happened down here, down there? Hazel was being influenced by his patients, but that patient really wasn't himself at the time. I've read accounts of people in history who could do what you describe. The accounts are few, brief, but never reliable. Some go as far to suggest that they are all the same person. If truly such a person was among us plotting our ruin, would that add about it again? I could be some real use in time in it. I fear the future is holding for this place. I'm grateful you were able to dispatch up the threat before the loss of innocent life. We were very nearly had another scandal on our hands. What if Aza would his experience play in this catastrophe? Let's be nice. I should have known better than to isolate him. Of course, he would resort to deception. The wiser thing would allow his experience with the oversight of the course. It might like to be a chance to create.
Hail, traveler.
Well met, friend.
So what now?
Hail and well met.
Ugh. Alright. Actually, I might blow the fan in my face. Actually, it feels much better. Well, we did something. Get out of here.
Hail, traveler.
Okay. There's something to the harder house where Lady Webb wishes to meet with you as soon as possible. They say she's an ancient spider. A what? Ancient spider spinning her nests throughout the city. If she wishes to see you, that either bodes very well or very ill. Well, how did you know where to find me? It's Lady Webb. She knows everything. Well, tell me about this Lady Webb. Do you not know Lady Webb? She's well. No one's seen her exactly in a long time. But she's the mistress of Dunrid Row. It has been a long time. She's supposed to be older than anybody. And never leaves her room. Some say she's wasted away and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. She's still at it. Best anyone could tell, learning a thing or two, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne too. Instead, she has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country before you go asking the gods for forgiveness. Best you ask Lady Webbs first. It's done with wrong. A whole mess of ciphers running the heart of her. They make it their business to keep the peace, but they don't like you to see them do it. Problem in the city have a way of going away on their own. And when that happens, you can make a pretty good guess why. Where can I find the Harger house? It's over there, my lord. Southwest corner of the Brackenbury. You'll find the lady upstairs. Very well. Let's go talk to her. Alright. What is this? Older robed man. That sounds familiar. As you near the aberration, you're overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real. The recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides. Nevertheless, the aberration's brow is tensed. A look of concern playing across his face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
Ooh! My mind heaven. Are you from the people down in the tunnels? Mine has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
What the heck? The pain in your stomach deepens. You feel for a moment as though you're about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry. Forgive me, Eminence. I wish to leave the order. The man folds his fingers together and presses them in his mouth. Thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
Is this a memory or something? This has to be a memory. Do I have like an awakened spirit in me too? Maybe. The people we intended to convert, they committed unspeakable acts, sacrifices, mutilations. My family's not been. What?
These are the ways of the heathen world.
Surely the gods would do better to destroy us all and start anew.
Perhaps they would. It may come to that one day. This is why we must not fail. The heathens are beyond the gods' reach. They do not know better. We are tasked with delivering them to the gods, so that the gods may heal their souls.
Is such thing possible?
I have seen it with my own eyes. You will see it too, if you choose to remain.
Oh boy. Oh, I definitely see it.
There is no greater calling than the one we have chosen. Neither words, nor wealth, nor battle will end this suffering. Only the gods. Will you give them that chance?
And not when your stomach seems to loosen all at once and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely. Something warm and soothing and something you know you can never repay. The vision fades and you start to become cognized with many odd looks aimed at your direction. Your last response echoes in your mind, I will. Right. That was weird. Either those are my memories that I lost, or like somebody else's memories. Like I have an awakened spirit or something. Oh. This woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with sudden or wrinkled fingers. Her flesh stretched thin near tremblance with the extreme age of gossamer veil over the pale of blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dealt with stripe of her hands like quilt pattern. After some great indescribable truth, she does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aophis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
I didn't really take it over. It's like, you know, I kind of just claimed it. You know, didn't really take it. This is exactly what I would have pictured Alot's mother to be like. Damn.
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
Investigating a strange group.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason. You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the leaden key?
Well, I like honesty, and I have no reason to lie. One of the members caused my soul to awaken. I need to reverse it. I don't know about reversing it. I don't know if I want a cure for it, because I don't know. Yeah, the man who blew up a machine and gave me these powers, I need to find him. She closes her eyes and then lids flicker. Then her face goes still, and her mouth parts. Little more than silver, and her briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground. The pages, wafting around her legs, like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back, and her gaze is immediately set upon me.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
What can you tell me about him?
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it. What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man, awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism. That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity. He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
How do you know I seek Theos, like before?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it. You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion.
Well, how do you know so much about Theos?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
What else do you know about the lead key?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know. If you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal. Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
And what do you want from me?
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you.
Right.
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Very well then.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
There's something I can tell you about the Leaden Key operation.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in the Brackenbury's Centurion impersonating wait, what? That was him? Oh, yeah. He was trying to damage the public's opinion about animancy. So that was him. Oh, okay.
Forgive me. It is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious.
He tried to kill me, didn't he?
He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
I don't know why. I just want answers.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale.
Oh boy. Big dragon. Big dragon fight coming right up.
If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
It's the archdemon, baby. I have other questions. Can you, spare me?
All the things there are to know in this world, and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed. We are Deerwood cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease when they believe they are watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster.
Right.
And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes, but the truth is I don't think many of them could bear it.
Right. And how did you come to be here?
I started this place in a different time under a different duke. I impressed the duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
Mm-hmm. How old are you? You wicked man, where are your manners? You're raised without a shred in this.
I lost count ages ago. Such a strange thing to celebrate, getting closer to death. Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Bereth carry me off before I'm through.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely. I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
Mm-hmm. Are you a psychic?
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there.
Mm-hmm.
Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them. They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course. A tiny, talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable.
You said you don't know what would happen tomorrow.
Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one thing anyway.
And what's
A
that?
quiet day at home.
True. Is there a Lord Webb?
There was.
Well, what happened?
He believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband. We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
Farewell.
Try your best not to die out there.
I'll try. Can't they like just kill them all? Oh, I can try. Go to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries in Copper Lane. Okay.
You've been on your own for 5 years,
I've had Ichima.
but you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
Mm-hmm. Who's that? Oh. Come on. Alright. We need to go over here.
Good day to you. Good day to you.
An animator named Nedin asked me to retrieve theorems of the pentagram from the Elder Archives. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to talk to Tomoe for prying eyes. Did I come to do? Not gonna lie, I done forgot who was Helig. Okay. Let's go rest before we do anything else. Give me a second.
Good day, stranger.
Your mind comes bare.
Talk to somebody real quick.
The birthing bell. It is where I could draw new souls into the world. I recall some of the memory of it through what you have seen, but not all.
Well, what did you do when the Hollowborn came?
Speak of the curse that fell upon the children. This curse that has fallen on this country.
Not only there is a scourge upon every hearth in Beerwood, the one that threatens to tear this country asunder. What's that you wearing on your wrists? The charms are finely crafted with white hydra. The birthing charms are given to newborns. Why do you wear a set of them now?
There was no child to carry it.
Damn. In your memory, they look like bones.
And carry the weight of 100 deaths. I know, Watcher.
This is about the Hollowborn, isn't it?
The Hollowborn. The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the tells spoke of such.
Your tales are lies, and I am a true watcher, not a pretender. Well, we don't know if that's true or they can even be saved.
They can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
You have woven truth for countless mothers. How can I trust you to tell me? In the memory, you hid chimes on your wrists from mothers. Why? It's not what I hid, but what she saw. She couldn't know. What really really happened to the birthing bell?
And what would you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
I suppose what was lived and remembered was more real.
And how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
Boom. Okay. So now that you understand a little bit more about Ismail, no thanks to the animation, my spleen, black bile, come on. That's not just mentioned with flaw, but you still learned a little something, didn't you? Only because you and I have a lick of good sense between us. But the average person, show them a shiny gadget in their hands of an expert, and they'll believe anything. Not necessarily. Most people have a sense of that. That's true. People are easily led. Perhaps animacy has issues, but it's hard to say whether those outweigh the danger. You can still believe that after all you've seen. Must be nice. Why did you want to take her notes? Like I said, I didn't appreciate her crying about your parents. Why was your mother gone often? She was invited to join a hamneg with the land at dawn. When I was very young, his East date was 5-day. The real issue was my father. Despite his initial agreement and arrangement, father was never happy with it. He would hound the he wanted to know whether she was intimate with it. As you could imagine, that led to her coming home much less often, even though she supported us financially. Yeah, what is a hamneg? A ceremonial marriage between folk and elf, between the Ager mainland and the historical, has been split between two races. We have been many institutions that were designed to normalize relations. A moniker is headed by folk, but the elven concept rules alongside the reigning, I'm not saying that, or Mequon. This is the most prominent example of hamneg. In many cases, a hamneg allows two households to pool resources among the aristocracy. Hamnegs consolidate power. Sometimes in my mother's case, a Hamaneg means for a noble to add another administrator to his or her household. Concerts are received with most of the same level of respect for as a noble counterparts, which can be extremely useful. Of course, Hamaneggs are sometimes used to sanitize the extramanimal affair. I don't know that's it really any better. What? I don't know that's it's really any better, but it seems to satisfy the common notions of decency and elf folk unions are sterile, which no doubt eases some concern. Sounds like your father had a problem with his temper. He had a problem with my mother's Hamaneg, even though they agreed upon it long ago. But the financial benefits would be considerable. That is, was a different now from the role of the Arrow's steward. It ate him, so he drank in rage. When she was home, he raged at her. When she wasn't, he raged at me. More than anything, he wanted me to become the arcane knight in the service of his arrow. I think he felt this would validate his chosen career in master. He was a firm man, as you saw, but in the end, I became a successful wizard due to no small part in his strictness. Nonsense, you accomplished that on your own, and you would have been fine without him pushing you. True. Realistically, I think the pressure works, but I don't know. Let me just go with my gut. Are you so certain I didn't know what I wanted for my life then? I surely wouldn't have been focused without a little direction. Alright, that's all I really want to know. Let's go. Everybody good? Everybody Gucci?
What's on your mind?
Okay. Durance, you good? We good?
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Tell me about you. Never mind. Let's talk about it later, alright? I don't know how to get bored. Like really, really bored. Okay? I'm not supposed to be learning much about you, but later. Just later. Not right now.
How do you do?
What if I just roll up in there, blast my way through? Nah, they just got too many mages. The heck is Crucible Keep? I'll make sure I explored everything. Try to explore everything. Oh, we're inside. Let's go here.
You fought for the Deerwood in the Saints' War?
You'd better grab a couple pints before you get me going on that one.
No complaints here.
Alright, what we got? Got over here. Oh. Well, isn't this lovely? This is lovely. Why they gotta be footsteps? Hello? Is anybody there? Oh, isn't that nice? I'll just rob whoever was living here and leave. Let's go around. See what's here. So this place is like, you know, for the poor, of course.
God's damn that son of a
Pelagina. Angry clenches her jaw and stares out towards the harbor with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually, sensing your punch, she turns her feathered head towards you.
Want to run it down on its luck, Valiant Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it.
Right.
As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains.
What's going on?
Exactly. If I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Verzano is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns.
Uh-huh. She's gone. Okay. Oh
Good
Lord.
day, stranger.
What do you blue? Who are you? Okay. You don't mind if I go this way, right? Right. Hey. Hey. Don't mind me. In places where I don't belong. Don't mind me. Hey. Oh.
Gods keep you.
Who's that feathered woman? She's a paladin in the employ of the Valiant Entity. She's a good soldier, but not good at taking orders. Too hot-tempered, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. That's to no one's surprise. She's hot-blooded. A woman in the Brotherhood of Paladins. Touched by the gods in such an unusual way. What's the delivery? I must assume that you are not from the company. I contacted the exhibition hall earlier here and they're not. It's a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for the mechanical properties of merchants of Defiance Bay. Medical. Sure. Excellent. Deliver this package to a name with Gareth. With the goose.
Greetings.
Okay. Huh.
Greetings.
Okay. What's the occasion? See that ship that went down over there? I've been looking for someone to help me recover it. Some missing cargo. What exactly happened? How did the ship get here? As if behind the rest. Alright. Give me a second. Give me a second. Why am I streaming? I feel like we spend way too much time here. Way too much time here. Wow. Still got one more place to explore, but I'm tempted to just leave.
In all the right places.
So many spirits, yet so few awakened.
All look perfect for each other. Looks familiar for some reason.
Good day to you.
Sure, what's the problem? I think I'm gonna just chill. I don't think I'm reading. I'm gonna just read silently. I'm not about to. I'm gonna just chillax.
Beware the dead, like walking hollow bones.
What the heck? Oh, something's in there. Oh, something's in there. And then you got salty meat. I'm just collect all these quests and then I think I'm gonna call it.
Good day, stranger.
Have you gone inside? I can take a look. Yeah, sure, why not? That was better to do, right? Why not? Alright, I don't know what to call it. I'm gonna call it. I think I'm spent way too much time here. I don't know if it'll pay off, but I spent way too much time here. But hopefully next stream would finally close it out. Yeah, I'm gonna call it.